Welcome to the course of mining machinery. I am Khanindra Pathak. I teach mining machinery and surface mining at Department of Mining Engineering at IIT Kharagpur. First of all, I congratulate you for selecting mining engineering as your professional discipline and for this course of mining machinery, because as a mining engineer, you will be the supplier of raw materials for the developmental activities of human society. And in this, to become a mining engineer, you will have to learn mining machinery. But why do you want to study mining machinery? You may be interested to know that what is the market size of mining machinery and its maintenance in India, and what type of opportunities are lying in front of you if you become an expert in mining machinery. You may be knowing that in India we are having a large number of minerals, but more than 89 minerals are being mined in India, out of which in certain minerals like coal, like bauxite, mica, all these things we had a global stand in producing in quantity. You may be knowing that Coal India Limited is the world's single largest company producing more than 600 million ton of coal a year. Such type of gigantic mining companies exist in India, and there all the unit operations in surface mining, underground mining, high wall mining, mineral processing, they deploy a wide range of machineries. And there are different equipment for different phase of mining, because this mining is a temporary operation which has got a initiation and closure. Now, during this life cycle, quite a wide range of machines will be deployed at different phases, and they will be requirement not only at the beginning of the company's work and at the closure of it. You will have to have machinery, and these mining operations, they are against nature at many a times to meet the challenges of the nature and to retain this, maintain a sustainable development around. We will have to make an environmentally friendly mining, and that also poses a requirement of different type of machinery. So, these different machineries have been developed over the years of the mining history of more than 200 years, and that is why mining machinery is a part of global business. As these slides show you that even in our Coal India, you can see this from the 1915-16, the way the coal production was increasing, and before this COVID-19 situations, we were having a 7.1% growth in the production rate. So, though at present there is a slowdown, but still we are thinking that this country will be requiring coal for its large energy demand. Though there will be lot of wind power and solar power provisioning in India, but dependence of thermal power will remain for some considerable years. And if you see the machines which are being used, their capacity utilization, as it is seen from the graph here, you can see very well that is Coal India Limited, there are different subsidiaries. The capacity utilizations of the mines are not up to the mark. There are 100% or more than 80% are only at few cases. So, that means the mining capacity can be achieved by proper deployment of machinery. So, there is a scope of deploying this machinery in a better way, and that is not only in the coal. In our steel cases also, you can see that there will be a lot of demand for iron ore, and India being a country having a huge quantity of iron ore deposits also, there will be a lot of mining machinery requirement. As you can see, the assets, mining machinery asset in the whole country, if you see the different types of equipment, you will be learning about all these equipment, what they are, the drag line, shovel, dumper, dozer, drill. These are the machines used in surface mines. If you see their number, that is exactly increased over the years, and today there is more than 5,000 such machines are there, and there you can see the type of investment that is you are having in our country. Thousands of crores of rupees are being spent on mining machinery, and as a result these machines capacity utilizations also is seen. It is only as a in one subsidiary only there is 79%. That means what does it show? That means we will have to study mining machinery in a proper way, so that we can meet the gap, that is how our country can improve its productivity with safer operations and in economic operations in the mines. So, this particular course will be giving, the whole mining machinery course will be giving you a lot of information about all this machinery, but this particular class of introduction to mining machinery, after going through this class you will be able to this various types of mining machinery, you will have to classify them, then you will be knowing that what are the for surface and subsurface operations, what machines are used, and you can draw the basic machine deployment chart, that is for what operations, how will you use machines. Also you will be able to develop some broad selection criteria, that for which operation what type of machines will be selected, and also you will be knowing that what are the characteristics of modern mining machinery. If we want to study that what are the changes required in our existing machines. So, you will have to develop the knowing how the characteristics of machines and how the requirements will be specified. As you can see in this figure, that there is a surface mines with deploying number of machines. As you already have studied the development of mines paper, there you have studied that a deposit is lying there as a coal deposit, over that there are overburden, and this overburden will have to be removed. As you can see here, a drag line is removing the overburden, coal is exposed, shovel is taking up the material, dozers are making a leveling operations. So, this is a surface mining, and while using that, if you do not take the safety, you can see in the other figure how a dumper can roll down from this while making it dumping operations. So, that means there are a lot of safety precautions will have to be followed. So, in this paper you will be learning about these things. Now, coming to this classification of mining machinery, you know that surface mining machinery and underground mining machinery, these are the two broad classification of mining machinery. Surface mining means you are working under the sun, and underground mining means you are working entering into the earth and then doing the mining operations. So, these two operations, there is another one called high wall mining. It is exactly a underground mining from surface, in the sense that is a high walls means on a after doing a surface mining, when you are reaching the ultimate pit, the boundary, there also some deposits are there, and that is collected, that is excavated by a specific method called high wall mining. So, we will be studying in this course later on that what those machines are used for high wall mining. We will get this quarrying machinery. Sometimes you know the stone quarries and small that is your quarries for taking roadstones and all, they are also mining operations. There are smaller size machines are used, those are quarrying machinery. And there in every mine, other than the primary mining operations, there are some auxiliary mining operations related to construction work, civil work. So, for that also you need a number of machines. Similarly, the run of materials, that materials which are exactly blasted in the mines after fragmentations collected and taken up, they need to be processed, they need to be to extract minerals out of the ore, you will have to first crush and grind, and then you will have to beneficiate it so that the gangue materials are removed, the only valuables are retained. So, this mineral processing is also an integral part of any mining operations, and that is why the type of material handling equipment used in this processing plant also come under mining machinery. So, it is a huge type of different types of machinery, but all machines are basically same. You have got an operating unit, you have got some functional unit, you have got some power source, you have got some control, and then you will have to operate with these machines so that you can maintain it if the machine is ready to work whenever you want. So, that is why there are certain basic things are same for all this machinery, but as a mining engineer you will have to know the specific purposes how the machines will be selected. Now, coming to this, the operations in surface mining are done in different phases. Now, in which phase what type of machines are to be there. So, if you see, we have got this construction phase, that means you have understood that there is a deposit, and then in that deposit you have been getting the lease from the government, you have got permissions for mining, then you need to start the mine. Then these locations may be in a forest, may be in a habitation area. So, depending on that your construction phase jobs will be different. Many of the operations that involve clearing of the wood, if it is a forest land, then you will have to do a timber felling and stumping. You will have to develop a drainage network so that you can do your mining operations properly. If there are some streams or rivers, you will have to divert them. Then topsoil excavations and storage. This is one of the very important environmental job, because the topsoil which is available over there will have to be excavated separately and stored, because the soil it cannot be, if it is lost once you cannot get it again, because it takes millions of years to make a 1-inch layer of soils over the surface, because this is a process which is take place in a geological time. So, that is why and your whole life support is there in the soil. With different microorganisms and different plantations, they can grow only in the top soil. So, that is why that must be preserved and stored. Then the infrastructure must be developed in that area. You need the buildings, you need your maintenance workshop, you need canteen, you need road, you need electrical supply system. All these things require certain activities, and then you will have to have the big machines will have to be erected there. So, facilities will have to be created, and from there you will have to connect to your neighboring towns or city, and then how your minerals or coal or fuel whatever you are producing, that will have to be taken. So, these facilities will have to be created. So, all these things from electricity supply system to your permanent and temporary building constructions require certain machines, and in those machines include your dozer, reaper, compactor, crane, motor grader, scrapers. We will be having a separate class for discussing all these machines, how do they work. Now, similarly, when you are going to the after construction has been done, you will have to do the preparation phase. In the preparation phase, basically you will have to remove the overburden. For removal of the overburden, you will have to do the drilling, blasting and excavation and loading. That is, to remove the overburden hard rock, it depends on it. Sometimes it is a consolidated rock, sometimes it is semi-consolidated rock. They need to be fragmented so that they can become loose to be excavated by an excavator. So, that is why you will have to use explosives to blast. Now, to put the explosives, you will have to do the blast hole to be drilled. So, these operations of drilling, blasting, excavation and loading to a transporting system or transporting machinery, and then that transport machinery will take to the dump yard where it will have to be dumped, and then those dump material will have to be leveled properly, so that the proper this site keeping, proper housekeeping is done over those dump yard, and along with that you will have to make that environmental protections. That is, if you are doing a hilltop mining area, then this whole water from there will be percolating down. So, you must see that there is a proper rainwater harvesting facilities are created. So, these are the things to be done in the preparation phase, and for that you have got machines like drilling machines, excavating machines, dozers, off-highway trucks, because these are some mining trucks, means big trucks. Similarly, conveyor belt, motor grader, pump, crane, auxiliary service machines will have to be there. So, in this particular course, we will be discussing and this construction, operation and maintenance of these machines as well. Similarly, in the development phase also, the operations are similar. In that way, we are preparing the whole site to, so that the whole productions for which the mine has been planned, that can be achieved. So, that is after the constructions of the basic mine, you will be doing it developing, doing the same operations. So, you will be requiring the same set of machinery. Then when your development is over, we start, that is now the mine is ready for producing the targeted output per year. So, for that you will have to do this, that is called your exploitation phase or the main production phase. Sometimes this word exploitation is very commonly used in mining industry, but it is the production is a better word. Exactly, we are producing, not exploiting the nature, we are exactly producing from the nature, because we will be again taking care of the nature. So, earlier there were no proper environmental concerns. So, people used to say this exploitation, but the terminology is still valid. But there also you see the development or phase and the production phase, equipments are same, only the number of equipments will be now more, because in now your mine is at a full fledged of productions. So, the production operations may be there at number of places. So, there will be a large number of fleet will be working. When the fleet size is more, you will have to take care of its maintenance, and so that there is no road accidents and all that thing. That means, you at this phase your machinery will have to be managed properly. So, a mining machinery management in the mines is a main job in the production phase. Now, when the production is the mine life is getting over, that is exactly when you say a mining operation, it is exactly it starts at a phase when it is there, or starting the mine at a time over here, the preparation starts long before that, and then at some time the mining productions will have to end. So, this beginning and end, this is our mining life. In this life, we have seen that the productions which will be there, initially there will not be productions, then the production will start. After that, this production there may be a fluctuation, but after that the productions will come down, and sometimes there will not be any more production. But the mine life may go because of your closing sometime. Now, this is the life cycle in which when you are doing this, your production is closing down, at that time this reclamation phase starts. Exactly, the mine when you have started over here, you can start that exactly this was your deposit lying over here. When you are excavating this deposit, this void is created, you have kept lot of overburdens will be dumped over here. So, you will have to fill it, and then you will have to make this whole tree, and then the nature will have to be returned. So, this type of, when we are having this a mining reclamation phase, means after the production is over, at that time you will be preparing the site again. For that, a different type of equipment will be necessary, that you will have to see over there. So, now coming to this, you can see here that we have got now different types of machines will have to be learned. So, you will have to take a learning exercise yourself. Look at this given figure here. You can see a particular operations I have said, say for ore or waste excavation. As I said, it has got number of sub activities. So, that is your this drilling and blasting, you have got this loading, hauling, crushing, dust control in the mines. Now, while we are doing a drilling, you may have a different type of drill rigs. We will be studying drilling machine separately, but you must know that there are different type of drills like percussive drill, rotary drill, top hammer drill, downdy hammer drill. Now, what are those different machines used, what are their purposes and how they do work. Similarly, for blasting, you will have to fill explosives into the hole. So, for that you will be having a mixer loader truck. For the loading operations, you may have got excavators, different type of excavators may be used. For hauling, transporting the material, you can use truck or conveyor belt. For crushing, you can use a crushers, there are different types of crushers are there. Now, for the dust control in the mines, you may use water sprinkler. So, you will have to find out as you are studying the other mining papers from there, what are the mining operations are done and in that what machineries are used. After collecting these informations, try to prepare a table like this, name of the equipment, draw some sketch or collect some figures for it and describe the main functions of that machine, and then the main components involved in that function. If you do that, this is the way you will have to prepare a machinery deployment chart. That means, your whole surface mining can be done in consolidated rock or unconsolidated rock. If you are working with a consolidated rock, you will be doing mining with blasting, and you can do in unconsolidated rock mining without blasting. When you do with blasting, to do the blasting, you will be having drilling machines. There are quite a range of different drilling machines are there that you will have to collect and study. Similarly, the charging equipment, to do the drilling in the blast hole, charging equipments will be used depending on the type of blasting you select. And then excavation and loading can be done by single bucket excavator in case of your cyclic operations, or maybe you're in a continuous operations, they can do with a multi bucket excavator. Now, this single bucket excavator which are used with a drilling and blasting may have a drag line, a type of machines, or this may be a shovel. This shovel can be electric shovel or hydraulic shovel, that is depending on how it is powered, and there can be wheel loader as a single bucket is there. So, also these machines, they can give the material to a truck, and the truck will be taking it to the dispatch dump or destination wherever it is to be there. Now, this transportation job can be done by this truck, or it can be done by a conveyor belt system. Now, from this material, when it is collected after blasting, this material cannot directly be loaded on the conveyor belt. That is why an in-pit crusher is used. This material will go and then they will go to the conveyor belt. Same thing happens in case of your, that is if it is a loose rock, unconsolidated rock, their excavation and loading can be done by multi bucket excavator. They can be like bucket wheel excavator or bucket chain excavator. Otherwise, there are also a wide range of continuous miner. Continuous miner, depending on the manufacturer's choice, there are many designs are available which you will have to study in this particular course. And that continuous miner can load onto the truck also, or it can load onto the conveyor belt. Now, from the other excavators in a continuously cutting, they will be giving it to the conveyor belt, and from there it will go to the destinations. This is a part. There are other new options and varieties are there. When we say it is a conveyor belt system, that conveyor belt itself has got quite a range of different types of conveyor belt. So, those things we will be studying in this paper. So, that is why you will have to see that how the machineries are deployed. And as we said that there are different unit operations, like drilling and blasting is a unit operation of mining. There is a excavation and loading is an unit operation in mining, transportation is an unit operation in mining, and storage and dumping, that means the overburden or the unvaluable waste rocks will have to be dumped somewhere, and the valuable minerals like iron ore or coal, they will have to be stored, so that from there it can be to the end user. So, for that there are different auxiliary equipments are also used as a different operations are there. So, the main these unit operations for the machines required will be varying depending on the how these operations are done. In mining, surface mining, operations can be done in a cyclic or that is a intermittent way, or is semi-cyclic, or could be a continuous. In a continuous means there is the cutting operations and transporting operations simultaneously going without any time gap between them. In a cyclic, what is done? The drilling and blasting wherever it is required, it is never a continuous job. Drilling and blasting is a particular specific job. There you use the drills. Drill is the machine by which the drilling is done. So, similarly, you can find that excavation and loading transportations can be done. In a semi-cyclic, you can see that the transportation is done by continuous methods, that is the conveyor belt. And there this conveyor belt, it can be conveyor belt will be giving it to tripper or spreader, and then they will be doing by dozer. So, here you can see the continuous mining is done by bucket wheel excavator, and there are other machines like mobile transfer conveyor, transfer feeder, these are the machine used. Similarly, there could be bucket chain excavator and continuous surface miner, these are also, this machine is being used now increasingly in our country. So, the broad selection criteria wise characteristics of primary surface mining system, you can say that selection criteria are basically annual target, production rate, life of the mine, this ultimate pit limit, deposit consolidation, associated site preparation, system complexity. Now, if you use different machines, as I said, they are dragline, shovel, loader, this bucket wheel excavator, you find out that this type of tables are there, and you will have to collect it and then study it over here. Say if you say if the ultimate pit limit is medium, that is then your front end loader can be used, but if it is for a deep pit, you will be using in pit crusher and conveyor. Similarly, if the deposit consolidation is highly consolidated, there you will have to use this dragline or shovel dumper. So, depending on the criteria, you can select the machines. Say for example, if the capability of blending of different grade of minerals, that means if that grade has got a wide, that is the deposit has got a variable grain, then if you use front end loader, that will be giving you a very good capacity to blend. You can mine at wherever it is required and then mix them to give the good quality. But if you are using bucket wheel excavator, you cannot mix different, that is selective mining cannot be done by bucket wheel excavator. Then in a wet weather impact, that is your front end loader and all, they cannot work in a very slushy and rainy seasons, they do not work well. Similarly, the systems availability, because as you go bucket wheel excavator and continuous system, there is it is a complex system. So, the availability become low. Similarly, that is the system when there are more number of components and machines are there, to start the system it takes a complex, you will have to do these type of systems are there. So, the modern machines characteristic is your high install power, your modular design, that is the machine is of coming in a separate group of units, and those groups of machines are joined together to give it, and if anything goes wrong, you take out that module and then add another module. So, that is the way it is can be done. And then mechatronic applications, that is a new machines are coming with a good sensors, and with that the whole control can be done. And there is a automations, that is many of the operations can be done without the operator there nearby. So, that is just like you can see here, a dozer is being operated remotely, that is a manless dozer, they are operating like that. Nowadays, you are having a automated truck without a driver, the trucks are moving, you can see Rio Tinto has produced big, then these machines must be maneuverable in that particular short area where there is a difficulty. Similarly, the mobility of the machines, that is capacity to within a defined degree of freedom, it is the mobility. It will have to be stable, it should not get overturned, so that the machine will have to be stable, because it will have to working in a undulated area. It should be ergonomically, that is a comfort to the operators. The design should be ergonomically designed, and the machine must be maintainable. That means, if anything goes wrong, it should be brought back to the normal operating conditions within a very less time. So, this is the things which you can do with the machine. Similarly, underground mining machineries are also having for different operations like groundbreaking job, developing and winning job, loading job, transportation job, strata supporting job, dewatering job, and for that different wide range of machineries are there. We will be discussing about this underground mining machinery in our next class, that I will introduce them in detail. And the machines for underground mining machineries, they will have to have high horsepower, and they will have to work in a very robust manner, in a very different way. Again, I will be telling you this underground mining machinery, how they are working, what are their characteristics in our next class introducing to the underground mining machinery. So, they will have to fulfill number of conditions, and this is some of the constraints in our designing underground mining machinery are there, and those design constraints will have to be taken care of while studying the mining machinery. So, to produce the minerals and fossil fuels safety and cost effectively require adequate mechanization, and with the changing geomining conditions of the mine, and with the increasing difficulty to access the deposits and also to utilize the low grade deposits, the cost of production must be reduced by provisioning of innovative machines. So, there is a huge scope of innovations and new work in the field of machinery, whether in a changing certain components, whether it is adding some operational features. So, it is necessary that the mining engineers understand the different machines that are deployed today and how it has evolved. Their trend of development need to be known by the mining engineers, so that the future mining industry will have to use new machines in the industry 4.0 and digital mining environment. Now, that how IoT is going to change these things, how your data analytics can help, that is how the different machine parameters influencing the performance of the machines are monitored, and then what type of sensors will be put over there, and so that the overall control can be improved. So, you can study these books. There is a mining machinery and capacity utilization, a book is there by this was published by Cygnus. There is also a book called Heavy Earth Moving Machinery. These books published by lovely Prakashan of Dhanbad, Professor Amitos, they gave that all the surface mining machinery, and there are some other books like Moving the Earth of Nichols. That book also will be very useful. But today you can get a lot of informations about this mining machinery in the internet, and there are open book libraries. I will be telling about those sources while discussing the individual machinery and individual things. Thank you very much.